Everybody join in this melody.
Let us unite, let us unite.
That's the only way we're gonna be free.
Unite, let us unite.
Everybody singing this sweet refrain.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Sing this melody till it gets in your brain. Well, I'm talking to you, Muslim, Christian, and Hebrew. Anything to do, we got to unite, or else we are through.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Everybody singing this sweet refrain.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Sing this melody till it gets in your brain.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Everybody singing this melody.
Let us unite, let us unite.
That's the only way we're gonna be free. They're uniting in Ghana, Guinea, Mali, and Nigeria. All over Africa, the people are getting together. They're even uniting in Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, and Angola. And rumors vision will light the world over from Cape to Cairo, one Africa.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Everybody singing this sweet refrain.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Sing this melody till it gets in your brain.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Come on, do it tonight.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Brothers and sisters, let us unite.
There is a need for unity. The best for you and me. There is a need for unity. The best for you and me.
Everybody joining this melody. That's the only way we're gonna be free.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Come on, do it tonight.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Brothers and sisters, let us unite. Well, they're uniting in Cuba, Trinidad, Tobago, and Grenada, St. Kitts, Puerto Rico, and Jamaica. Let us unite in America. The yellow man moving in Asia, the red man awakening in India, the black man rising up in Africa. Let us jump up in America. Ha! Ha! Ha!
There is a need for unity. The best for you and me.
All of the nations of the earth as we speak are angry. They're angry because governments cannot suffice the needs of their people. They're angry because a few have gotten wealthy at the expense of the many. And the poor and the sick and the weak and the unlearned multiply. And the value of their lives are diminished by the rich and the powerful, so that when human life is devalued, that in the eyes of man you are unworthy of the gift of life, then it is easy for another human being to take the life of another human being that he or she has devalued. Black life in America is devalued. Hispanic life is devalued. Even poor white life is devalued. There's a way that I have to behave. I'm free, but I'm not free to rob you of yours. I'm not free to take from you what does not belong to me. So if I will construct my life according to these righteous principles, then between man and man, man and woman, peace. Between race and race, peace. Between rich and poor, peace. We have our beautiful Mexican family. This once was theirs. So you can't say to them they are aliens. That's a horrible word to use for former owners. I see my indigenous family here. Many tribes, but they're really one great nation of people that now must be reunited with themselves. So it's their time now, as well as ours, that God would intervene in our affairs and bring the bottom rail to the top. The government is not rehabilitating soldiers. When they send you away to kill. When you come home, they gotta reconstitute you for civilian life again. Make sure you have a job so you can take care of your family, but they're not doing it. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, a woman can do anything that a man does, and the only thing he forbids the woman to do is the thing that degrades her. So how high can you go? High as you want to. Why would God allow the female to wear his attributes if you can't be a manifestation of that attribute? Women, you got to be set free. What God has put within you must be cultivated, must be developed, and must be used for the advancement of a nation and a world. I said to myself, Mr. President, why the hell don't you go to the wicked police department? Why the hell don't you stand up and tell them that your killing of black youth and brown youth is not gonna hold no more? Why don't you stand up? God's world is in need of a truth that will set up a government where everybody can live in peace, under real freedom, real justice, and real equality.
Many people are excited about cryptocurrency, but the problem has always been how to buy, hold, and spend it. Until now, introducing GS Lifestyle, the new, unique global card solution everyone's been waiting for. Available at 100 plus countries, 5 traditional currency accounts, including US dollar, British pound, euro, Chinese yuan, and Japanese yen. 4 to 8% better currency exchange rates than high street banks. Manage all your crypto and traditional currencies within one simple platform. Personal individual crypto wallets. Add funds to your account via bank transfer, credit debit card, or crypto transfer. Spend or withdraw your funds anywhere MasterCard is accepted. Exclusive plastic, aluminum, stainless steel, gold-plated, and solid gold cards available. 24/7 global support in multiple languages. 24/7 professional concierge services, up to 30% discounts on hotels and travel. Instant rewards from high street retailers. Fast delivery by FedEx or DHL. It gets even better. Recommend GS Lifestyle to your friends and receive up to 18% commission when they purchase any card, commissions when they pay their monthly membership, and commissions with every card swipe. True residual income. A little extra income, a lot of extra income, or a life-changing business. You decide. Millions of people will become GS Lifestyle account holders, so don't miss out. Get started today.
How many of you believe that if real change is going to happen, it requires a leader? Hey, I'm Richard Chancey with the John Maxwell Company, and today John's going to share with you some practical teaching about how to create real change in your organization and take your business to the next level. Before John gets started, I wanted to share with you an incredible community that we've created at the John Maxwell Company called Leader Core. Leader Core is John's solution to the biggest question we have as leaders. How will I lead my team this week? Because John loves people who take action, he challenged our team to put together a fast action bonus for you during this training. So if you get involved in Leader Core today, you're going to get everything you see on this page for just $99. If you want to be in community with people who are getting ready to lead at the next level, go ahead and click the button now and get started. If for any reason in the next 30 days you decide Leader Core is not for you, just let us know and we'll refund your investment and you can keep all the bonuses. Now buckle your seatbelt and get ready to learn. Here's Dr. John C. Maxwell.
This last year I had a great experience. I was able to play Augusta, this incredible golf course, with Lou Holtz, who is known in the sports world as a very successful college football coach. And although the golf was great at Augusta, what was really great was the evening sessions after dinner back in the cabin. And one night I got on a conversation with Lou Holtz because he coached 6 university teams, of which all 6 of them, when he took over as coach, had a losing record the year before. All 6. And within 2 years of him being the coach, all 6 of those that had a losing record, he not only turned it around, but within 2 years of him coaching these teams, they were in some kind of a college bowl game. And I call that a U-turn leader. A U-turn leader is they take something that's going down and then they flatten it out. They kill that negative momentum and they get it going, and then they bring it back at the top and they get positive momentum. That's a U-turn kind of leader. And to do that kind of thing, changing it. Nobody ever said, I'll tell you why I was so successful. I took something that was not doing well and did nothing. I just did nothing. I just said, time will heal us. And 27 years later, we kind of turned around. No. Let me tell you something. Everything that's bad in your life will never be fixed until you change something about it. Everything bad in your organization will never be fixed until there is a change. Change is the indispensable link to turning things around, to testing and proving that you're a good leader. If you and I take over something that's doing well and has momentum, to be honest with you, we don't have to be a leader very well. We just almost have to just kind of carry the baton in front of the group and just kind of run ahead and stay ahead of the group. But when it's going wrong, when it's going down, it takes that's the test of a leader. What do you take that's not working? Stop that negative momentum and then turn it around and give it. If you turn it around, it's always because you produced positive change within the organization. So let me give you 3 or 4 quickly change comments. Number 1, people feel awkward and self-conscious when they have to make changes, when they're doing something new. It's just there's an awkwardness about that. We all feel awkward. And so whenever you're trying to create positive change, you're making people do something they don't want to do. I literally talked to a guy one time and I was talking about changes in the organization. And he said, well, I know we've gone through some changes in the organization, but I just can't recall them right now. And I said to myself, you haven't gone through real changes in an organization because there's nothing but pain in those. You know what I mean? You remember them well. Oh my gosh, do you remember when we had to go? Are you with me? So it's always awkward. Do me a favor, drop your pen for a moment and just clasp your hands like this, would you please? Just like this. Okay, you got it? Everybody got their hand clasped? That's really good. Now, let me tell you something about what you just did. You've done this thousands of times. Let me tell you what you've never done. Move your fingers over one and clasp them. Feel how awkward that is? You know why it's awkward? You've never clasped your hands like that until right now. You're comfortable doing things the same way. Fold your arms for me. Just fold your arms. That's beautiful. You've done it thousands of times. Now change the way you fold your arms. Feel how awkward that is? You know why it's awkward? You've never done it that way before. Now, they're both folded arms. They're both clasped hands. They're both the same thing. But you've never done one, and so therefore it's uncomfortable to you. Here's what I know. Most people are more comfortable with old problems than they are with new solutions. That's what I know. So therefore, people want to stay in the old problems. If you're going to be a U-turn leader and create positive change, you're going to have to get them to cross their arms differently. You're going to have to get them to clasp their hands differently. The second thought on change is that people initially focus on what they're going to lose or give up when they have to do change. When you ask people to change, the first thing they think about is not what they're going to receive, new and fresh and different and beautiful. They think about what they're going to have to give up. That's why they dig in. The first question a person asks when there's change is, how's this going to affect me? What's this mean to me? What am I going to have to do? What am I going to have to do in that process? Because I know these two things about change, I can still remember when I was 27 and I had to lead my first congregation through a multi-million-dollar building program. And I was way over my head. And I can still remember spending days trying to figure out, how do I take a congregation that people vote on change, including multi-million-dollar building programs, and as a 27-year-old kid, convince them to build this big building and millions of dollars. How do I do that? And I did that. This worked when I was 27. I did this. So I developed a strategy I want to give you right now called Plan Ahead. And this is how to navigate successful change. And can I tell you something? I wrote this down at 27. I followed it. I followed today. It really works. The letter P, predetermine the change that's needed. The first thing you want to do is you want to sit down and you want to predetermine what is the change that's needed in my life. Because if you're going to turn something around, change has to happen. Now, you don't want action without understanding what you're wanting. So your whole goal isn't to go in and change something. Your goal is to change something that matters, that works. So only you as a leader can predetermine what that change needs to look like. And the way you do it is basically say, this is what is. I mean, hey, Lou Holt said, I have a losing team. I want to have a winning team. What's it mean to take a losing team and make them a winning team? I asked him that, and Lou told me, he said, John, I asked the players that were on the team that were coming back, why do you think you lost so many games last year? He said, what I did is I did two things. I listened to everybody that was in that losing environment. I asked a lot of questions until I figured out what the issues were. And then he said that great statement, how does a leader that doesn't ask questions ever figure out what to do? I love that. If you're not asking questions of your people, you don't have a clue where they are. You don't have a clue what they think. And he said, I just asked questions. Arthur Blank, when he bought the Atlanta Falcons, told me the very same thing. He said, John, I just went out on the street and I just asked the fans, tell me, why don't you go to the Falcons games? This is because they stink. They're not any good. Prices are too high. Food costs too much. He said, I just got all those listed. And he said, here's what these leaders know. The answers to the questions you ask will be the strategy that you implement to make the change. The strategy is within the people, but nobody's extracted it out of them. So you got to predetermine the change that is needed. And I think you do that by finding out where the people are, asking the question. After a while, you got it. The picture begins to be clear. The letter A, lay out your steps. Now, I've got to lay out my steps to bring people through successful change. If I walk close to the people through this change, I'll be their leader. If I walk far ahead of the people in this change, I'll become a martyr. You don't want to be a martyr. The good news is if you die a martyr's death, you're always special in the hearts of people. Bad news is you're dead. That's just not a good thing. You with me? So you got to do what I call the leadership dance. This is the leadership dance. You can call me the Arthur Murray of leadership. Okay? Here's the leadership dance. This is the way this works. You got to walk ahead of them so they can see where they got to go. But you got to be close to them. They don't be walking far ahead of them. You with me? Close enough so they can see. You got to walk beside them so they can participate with you in the journey, so that you can listen and you can interact and you can take this journey together. They're in the seat beside you. And you got to walk behind them so that you watch the people that you empower. And the leadership dance is doing all three of those things at the same time. You walk ahead as an example. You walk beside as a friend. You walk behind as a leader that empowers. And once you can do those three things and mix it up with the people, you're laying out your steps very well. The letter A is adjust your priorities. Very simple. Whenever you're going through change, there's no such thing as a pre-game plan that you actualize out completely. Let me tell you the difference between a manager and a leader. A manager is a person who took plan A and won't get off of it because he doesn't want it to change on him. He's got the plan out. He's got the strategy out. Don't mess with it. This is the strategy. Here, stay right here. Let me tell you, a leader starts plan A because he knows you have to have a plan. But he, at any moment, is ready to change to plan B because he's found out a better way. If you think you get the answers on the front end, you've not led very much. Your answers come in the leadership itself, not in the front end. That's why plan A never ends up plan A. It's plan B or plan C. Why? Because you adjust and you hear and you listen and you, hey, by the way, you seize that opportunity. Remember, the great coaches are great because they make halftime adjustments. That pre-game plan at halftime has to be revisited. And you have to say, okay, what works? What doesn't work? And the changes you make have to be critical changes, not cosmetic changes. Remember this, cosmetic changes are easy to accept and implement. So people like cosmetic changes. They change the color, they change the number a little bit, and they just love that kind of stuff. It always kind of bugs me a little bit because I sit there and say, and, where are you going with it? Where are you going? Outside, they like gray better than black. Okay. What else are we going to do? Okay. And so you want to make critical changes. You don't want to make cosmetic changes. And understand this. As you make these changes, there's always an answer. Don't ever get into that scarcity mindset as a leader that if I go this path, there's no answer down to this path. There's always an answer. And there's usually more than one answer. That's why leadership is such a great art. Leadership is such a great art because you begin to understand that as you lead them, as you journey, you give them the best leadership. And that's why trust is essential in the people with you. That's why trust is essential so that you can make these changes as you go to get them there. Okay. And the next one is notify your key personnel. Sit down when you're going through changes, and there are two kinds of key people you need to notify. You need to notify your influencers. These are the people that they better say yes because you're not going to get it done without their yes. Their approval is essential. Are you with me? So you got to notify up front the influencers, and you got to notify up front the implementers. They're the ones, hey, they're the ones that are going to make the dream come true. So you got to get the permission of the influencers for the plan to fly, but then you got to get your implementers because they're going to work the plan. So you notify key personnel. Then you allow time for acceptance. Now you sit down with your key people and you allow them to have time to accept where you're going. Now, this is where leadership art is at its highest form, because your only intuition and timing are a result of a leadership gift, or they're a result of giftedness. Whatever you're gifted in, you understand timing and intuition. If you're not gifted in it, you don't have timing or intuition going for you at all. So you're intuitive in your giftedness. Your ability to do timing is in your giftedness. So this allowing time for acceptance, this is where you begin to allow people to have the time that they need to move forward with you. And to do that, you have to, first of all, slow down. And when I say slow down, this is something I've always had a problem with. I'm dealing with one of my weaknesses now. I don't slow down well. When I see it, I'm gone. And then I realize, I got to take people with me. So I come back to get you. But when I come back to get you, it's like, are you ready? And if I come back to get you and you're not ready, I got you. And I'll sometimes go again. And I have to really work hard on this slowing down process. Okay? Because naturally I want to speed up. I don't like anything slow. There's not, I just, I like to drive fast. Yeah, it's just, I have a need for speed, okay? I have a need for speed, okay? And as a leader, what happens is you get too far out in front of your people. Does that mean? And so you got to slow down. Second thing to do in this allowing time is you got to make sure you're clear in your communication. Because when they don't understand, people cannot follow what they do not understand. And so all communicators understand the value of clarity on the front end. So I travel a lot, and I brought this with me because I just love it. When you travel, you just find some funny things that are written. And these are signs in English from various parts of the world. For example, the dry cleaners in Bangkok. I love this. Drop your trousers here for the very best results. So a bunch of people in front of that dry cleaners mooning the rest of the people. Hotel brochure in Italy. This hotel is renowned for its peace and solitude. In fact, crowds from all over the world flock here to enjoy its solitude. This is from a Tokyo hotel. It is forbidden to steal hotel towels. Please, if you're not a person to do such a thing, then please do not read this. In Bucharest hotel lobby, the lift is being fixed for the next day. During that time, we regret that you will be unbearable. Hotel in Athens, visitors are expected to complain at the office between the hours of 9 and 11 o'clock daily. Is it complaining time yet? Is it? In a Rome laundry, ladies, leave your clothes here and spend the afternoon having a good time. Outside a Hong Kong tailor shop, ladies may have a fit upstairs. In a Rhodes tailor shop, order your summer suits. Because it's a big rush, we will execute customers in strict rotation. Bang! Next. In Copenhagen, an airline ticket office, we take your bags and send them in all directions. It's our gift. We'll just send them anywhere they are possibly. Make your communication clear. Head into action. The H is head into action. Get going. Just start going. You never know the level of commitment from your people until you ask for action. You just never know how committed they are. The letter E, expect problems. Expect them. Why? Because motion causes friction. You start moving. And it's a tremendous leadership mistake to think that you have such a plan that is problem-free. Okay? And that everybody will buy in. So what leaders need to do, this is so beautiful. It's so negative, but it's so good. When I say expect problems, this whole process, here's what you got to do as a leader. You got to think the worst first. You got to think the worst before anyone else. You got to speak the worst first. And you got to answer the worst first. You got to do all three of those things. In other words, you got to think what problems are going to be there. And then when you figure out what problems are going to be there, you say, now as we do this, there are a whole bunch of problems we're going to encounter. When you speak it up to the people, they'll say, oh my gosh, he's already figured out that we got, hey, and let me tell you, when those problems occur, let me tell you what we're going to do. When you can do that well, understand you're really helping them with positive change. And the next one is always point to your successes. Somebody said, why? I said, because you always have people point to your failures. I mean, some people, that's their spiritual gift. You understand. They can't find criticism. They're just not very comfortable. And then daily review your progress. Daily review your progress. Why? Because things get off on a daily basis. Things get off course on a daily basis. Problems occur on a daily basis. And I close this section of creating positive change, which is the acid test of leader. I close this because of the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. I have what I call the law of buy-in. And the law of buy-in, I think, answers this whole process of creating positive change within an organization. The law of buy-in just simply says people buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. And so what I want you to understand is when people say, can I create positive change within the organization? Can I do a U-turn? Can I turn this around? The question is very simple. How much of the people bought into you? If they bought into you, you can turn it around. Just think as I close of the story I gave you of Lou Holtz that turned 6 university programs around. Losing programs within 2 years had him in college bowls. Think of what happened about the 5th college he went to with a reputation of a turnaround U-turn leader. Can you imagine just the excitement and the momentum of Lou Holtz coming to our college? You know, we just stink. And he's going to come here and he's going to turn us into winners. Okay. Now let me tell you something. It's a phenomenal thing when you have your reputation that you're a problem solver, and it's a phenomenal thing when you have a reputation that you turn things going the wrong way around and you make them positive. Once you get that, this is a leadership edge that you have. It's a leadership edge. It gives you a sense of momentum. It gives you a sense of moral authority that allows you to come back into a situation and where, now, here's what I learned a long time ago. When people believe the best in you as a leader, they give their best to you as a leader. So you want to become good at this session because this is the area that once you can do it and you can do it well, you kind of get a reputation as a turnaround artist, a turn leader that creates positive change, and then all kind of very good and exciting things happen. So I wish that for you. I wish that for me. I wish that for all of us.
Now, for a lot of leaders, including me, hearing from John is like drinking from a fire hose. There's just so much practical teaching. The biggest challenge is how do you take this information and translate it into transformation in your life and your business? That very question is what led us at the John Maxwell Company to create LeaderCore. So what is LeaderCore? Well, simply, it's a leadership operating system for your business. It's a step-by-step plan to implement Dr. John C. Maxwell's core leadership processes into your business so you can 10x your leadership capacity. LeaderCore is made up of 4 elements. Number 1, it's a monthly step-by-step leadership plan delivered right to your inbox. 2, weekly live Q&As with our team and Dr. Maxwell. 3, access to the core community. And number 4, on-demand training for you and your team. Now, before you sign up for LeaderCore, let me show you exactly what you're going to get when you get started today. The entire process centers around the monthly core leadership plan. And what that is a step-by-step leadership plan delivered monthly right to your inbox. In fact, if you decide to partner with us on LeaderCore, you're going to get immediate access to Dr. Maxwell's 30-day growth plan. Now, here's what we know about you. If you stuck around this long, chances are you're looking for some change.
No unity, no power. White power for white people. Black power for black people. 1967. The Black Panther Party. The movement. Freedom.
Let's talk about freedom, freedom, freedom.
We will not bow down to racism. We will not bow down to injustice. We will not bow down to exploitation. I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand.
Now this is time to free your mind and your soul. Yo, our story has never been told. Ladies, you got to demand what you want, and what we want is respect, right? Come and take a walk with me. First a walk with me. See what only I can see. Sisters, check this. Watch this.
Turn us loose, set us free from all the chains that bind me. Let us run in our own direction. Let us go, set us free from all this propaganda and lies that your people try to teach us. I know why you would like to bring us down. Because we have all the belong you. You try to tell us that our lives don't mean anything, but we know so much better, so we're gonna take our freedom. Freedom for my mind, freedom for my feet. All this time you've been telling us these lies, but now we finally figured out that we would never wise up, but we'll show the how black female can do. So you continue to keep us oppressed, but no, we ain't going out like that. Oh no. All these lies and all this propaganda you want us to take, we're gonna take it. Freedom from my body, freedom from my mind, my spirit, freedom from my heart, my soul. I see the fear in your eyes, surprise, so cover it all. I know just who I am and what I wanna do. I can make you run, make you hide from all your ancestors' transgression that you hold inside. Sisters rising up and sing that our time is here. We're taking back what's been ours for years.
Let the heaven of a system embrace you. Embrace them all the
All these lies and all this propaganda that you want us to say, we're gonna take out. Freedom from my mind, freedom for my freedom.
Ready for Revolution. Welcome to another edition of Classes in Session. I'm your brother and friend, Brother Eric Teray Muhammad. Thank you for putting up with all the little, not all the little, but the glitches that we experienced this morning, as well as those of you who found your way back to one of the platforms because we got knocked off of a few. Classes in Session every Monday through Saturday and sometimes Sunday on the Eric Teray Muhammad Facebook pages, the We Are Farrakhan page, the Team Believe TV YouTube channel, as well as the Eric Teray Muhammad YouTube channel. And you can find us 8 a.m. Eastern in the United States. So make sure that you pass on the opportunity for people to share in an extraordinary undertaking known as Classes in Session. We appreciate all of your support, and we appreciate all that you do in spreading a word that allow us to understand the power of our unity, the power of inspiration, the power of experiences, because we change the nature of our experiences by changing the nature of our thoughts. Class and sessions help to produce that. The power calls, the freedom calls, the trainings and webinars of Wealth Builders Worldwide help us to do just that. So we encourage you to support all of our platforms known in the world of WBW. So I'm having an issue with the screens this morning, so we'll just run right through it. Because at 9:15, we will be on the Believers Huddle. Those who have the coordinates, please share them out. And those who don't, make sure you get with someone who's a part of Team Believe here in Wealth Builders Worldwide. We'll have a little good time this morning. Happy birthday to Sister Sananda. Happy birthday again, related to Sister Nikki Knox. I really meant to shout you out on the power call yesterday. Very excited over life and very excited over those who get a chance to celebrate life, because it's not as often now. So many people are lost in transition, but we don't have to lose what they represent. We pick up that mantle, we pick up that flag, and we continue our onward march to freedom. Reggie Scott gives it to you this way. You're invited to today's Super Saturday Power Call on the new platform at 10:45 a.m. Eastern, 9:45 a.m. Central, 8:45 a.m. Mountain, and 7:45 a.m. the Maui Pacific time. All happening, y'all, on www.goldrocks.info. Again, that's www.goldrocks.info. There is a password associated with it, and hopefully Sister Cece, who found her way back to the platform, maybe she can provide it. But those who need that password, get back to the one that you know is your fellow wealth builder, those who might introduce you to Class in Session, and make sure you get a hold of the opportunity. And of course, health and wealth go hand in hand. We encourage you to locate Brother Mustafa Muhammad, Sister Janetta Muhammad, Sister Raj Range, Brother Elton Muhammad, Brother Roland Muhammad, and others, Sister Colleen Muhammad, Brother Chris Allen. You can find them all on the various Facebook pages, their personal pages, and find out about Paxmune. Find out about that dietary supplement that helps to balance the metabolism, that helps to keep COVID away, even after those who might have contracted it. It helps to shore up your body constitution and allows you to move further and forward and enjoy the opportunity to restore your health. Okay, so marry health with wealth. The transfer is real. There's no such thing as running late, Brother William Hafiz Bey, because your wisdom is always on time. So we welcome you. Family, again, we want to appreciate you. class in session. It couldn't be what it is without your support, without your help. I understand we were celebrated yesterday for what we shared of Richard Patterson, the first black supercar inventor, probably the only one currently partnered with Master P, and we got a chance to see the Nemesis. It's a tremendous vehicle. I'll get one just because. You all should do the same. If you're in the wealth building opportunity, you are empowered to do exactly just that. Because we build wealth, we accumulate wealth, we create cash flow, we protect our wealth, and we create it to leave generationally. How you're remembered is determined by what you do with your life and with activity today. Oh, the screen decided to come back a little bit. Let's see if I can bring some of this information back so that you can see it. And it may not be allow me to do it still. However, make sure that you support our YouTube channel, Believe TV on Team Believe. Subscribe, like, and share. Join the protocol to keep COVID-19 away. This is what we were talking about. Brother Mustafa and Sister Janetta's phone numbers are there. Reach out to them for details. And, there it is, Believe TV, Team Believe. That's our YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, share. We need the support there in order to grow the platform that we intend to have as we work on our server and other capabilities that will come to our serving you. So with that being said, continue to believe, continue to inspire, continue to encourage. Make sure that you're a part of everything Wealth Builders Worldwide. We look forward to serving you as always. Take a screenshot and we will see you all on the Believers Huddle. Peace and power. Forward.